There's no way I could express the frenetic intensity of copying that they would do on everything that we would roll out in China. And it was so epically intense that I basically had a massive amount of respect for their ability to copy what we did. I just couldn't believe it. We would do real hard work, make it, we'd dial it, and it would be epic and it would be awesome. We'd roll it out. And then like 2 weeks later, boom, they've got it. A week later, boom, they've got it. And of course, I use that to drive our team. And there's so many great stories. I mean, we had like 400 Chinese nationals in Silicon Valley. At our offices in San Francisco, we had a whole floor for the China growth team, and it was primarily Chinese nationals. We had billboards on the 101 in Silicon Valley in Chinese, Uber billboards to join our team in Chinese to serve the homeland, right? It was like an all-out war. It was really epic. It was epic. And by the way, when you went to that floor in our office, you were in China. Like they rolled China style. Like the desks were literally smaller. Like the density of the space was China. Okay. So, but what happens is when you get really, really good at copying and that time gets tighter and tighter and tighter and tighter and tighter, you eventually run out of things to copy. And then it flips
to creativity
and innovation. Now at the beginning, you know, it's sort of all over the place. Like the kind of innovation when it was new was like, what? You know, you're like, really? But as they exercise that muscle, it gets better and better and better. So if you want to know about the future of food, like online food delivery, you don't go to New York City. You go to Shanghai. Right?
What's an example of like something really innovative they're doing?
Doesn't Meituan do drone delivery and stuff?
Like, here's an example. If you went to offices like, let's say, Shanghai, Beijing, any of the major cities, Hangzhou, etc., the office buildings have hundreds of lockers around their perimeter. So that everything that you get, whether it be food or anything else, but especially food, is just the couriers drop them off in these lockers at the office buildings. And then there are a whole other set of people that are sort of like inter-office runners that then bring it to your office. As an example, like, and when you see it, you're like, and it's epically efficient. And it's, you know, they're taking advantage of their economics on labor and things like this. It wouldn't exactly work that way here. But a lot of the innovation you will see coming out on Uber Eats or DoorDash, like the stuff that's coming out now is stuff that existed 3 years ago, 4 years ago in China, maybe longer. So like eventually you cross that threshold of copying and you are innovating and then you're leading. And I think we see that in a whole bunch of different places.
Yeah, here's a look at these smart lockers that you can see. You're just available for sale when you go online. But yeah, these things are crazy. And you've experimented with those as well. Didn't you have like a commissary concept in DTLA?
Well, look, so we got a couple things. So we have in every one of our facilities, and we've got, you know, hundreds of them. We'll have lockers there. So the courier then waves their phone in front of a camera. The right locker pops open. They get the food from there and they go. The courier pickup is asynchronous from production of food. You don't have lines anymore. There's no more lines, which then speeds up delivery, shortens the amount of time, it reduces how much money you spend on couriers. And we've got a whole other thing. This doesn't work it probably wouldn't work in China because, well, for a lot of reasons, but let me explain what it is. It's called Picnic, where if you are in an office building, you order food, you go to a website, you order whatever it is from 100 different restaurants. Those restaurants happen to be in my facilities. And there'll be one courier that goes to one of our facilities and picks up 50 orders at a time, brings it to an office, there's a shelf on every floor. You get notified when your food arrives, and it arrives the same time every day. And you just go to the shelf, get it on your floor, and dip it right back into your meeting, saving people time at the office, giving them selection on food, especially in food deserts. But even going, like there's a Sweetgreen right down there in my office right now. I could save 20 minutes by just using our own service versus doing that. And you get it at the same price because the courier economics, the courier is delivering 50 orders at a time. So courier costs go basically to zero.